Today I was working on a project and I realized that I was calling undefined key in my project. Though because I was writing it in the development mode, everything was working because I already have data in the database, so everything was working until I pushed the project to production, and then we truncated the database and we started going through the project. Then I realized that all of a sudden the browser just switched to a blank page. So I switched the console and then I realized that there was an error. Wow. And I don't want something like this to happen to my clients or my users. So I just want an error message to show that, oh, okay, sorry, something bad happened or something went wrong. Kindly report this error to us. Then you click on a button which will send an error message, or it will send a mail to us that this error on like this blah 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 just happened. Okay, so that the user can go back and then navigate to a different page. So I did online research and I realized that, oh, okay, there's a solution there. And I realized that it's too complicated for you to implement it to your project. So this video, I'm just going to show you the easiest way of handling such an error so that your users can send you error reports. Okay, so let me show you what I was talking about. For example, we have this page here that you need to click on the button and then you see your page. So I'm just trying to show you maybe, hello, welcome to code jogging, blah, 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 blah. That's what I'm trying to show here. But we have an error here and all of a sudden the pages tend to blank. Nothing shows. So imagine maybe you are using a full screen like this. You'll be asking, what went wrong? Let me refresh the page. Yes. Then everything will come back. Then you click on it again. So we are going to display an error message to our users and also add a button that they can use to send us a report message that, oh, okay, I have encountered this issue and I'm sending this report to you guys for us to fix it as soon as possible. Okay, so now in React, we have something called error boundary. What it does is it just get the error message for you and then you display it in your project how you want it to be. Okay, so let's create a function here. As usual, we are not going to use, let's create a class. We are not going to use a function. So error boundary class here. Okay, sorry, I have to add my extension to it. .js. Okay, so let's import our React. Now, what we are going to do is let's create our error boundary class here. Extends, then reacts.components. Okay, so now let's create our states. So we have our state here. So we have has error, which is false, and then the error object here, which is now. Okay, so we can go ahead and then render the page. So render is a function which has a return. So if we have if state has error, then let's return this page. Oops, something went wrong. Okay, and then if there's no error, then we can go ahead and then return props.children. So we are making this one as opening and closing tag here. Okay, so with this we can go to our main.js. That's the best place to use it, because if you are going to add it to each component, it will become somehow difficult, because if we need to update it, you need to visit all the pages and then make the changes. So it's advisable for us to use it in our main.js. So we have it here, which is opening and a closing tag. Okay, so we can go ahead and then import it. So import error message here. Okay, from, then we import it here. So let's wrap it here. So remove the app.js to the side. Now let's go to our page and then let's refresh it. Okay, so what we have to do next is to export as regular React class. We need to export it. So export default this. Okay, so let's refresh our page again, and then here we go. But we've not fixed the problem. Okay, so when we click on it, nothing shows. So how can we get the error message? Well, we have to call the getDerivedStateFromError. It's a function in React. Okay, and it accepts or it retains, it's a callback function, so it retains the error as an object. So you call it static get derived states from error. Then you have the error callback here. Okay, so when we get this, then we can go ahead and then return this. So has error, then it's true, then error message, to the error message here. Okay, so let's go to the page again, let's refresh it, and then let's click on it. Then now we have this. Oops, something went wrong. Though the error will still be at the console side, no problem. So in case maybe our user is using the full screen here, okay, and then the user click on it, then we show the person, oops, something went wrong. So we can go ahead and then add a lot of styles to this one. So let's add one button to it again. So you will just say button maybe send us a report. Yes, so we can go back to our browser, refresh it, and then click on it, and then we have this error message here. So we can report, send the error message to us. So we don't want the user to click on it and then go to the console and then select the error message before the person can send it to us. We want it to happen when the person clicks on the button. But in this video, I'm not going to show you how to send a mail. I'm just going to look at how we can get the error message. So now, because of this, we have the error message here. So we can go ahead and then display the error message to the user. So we can have a state dot error that we have it here. Then we have message. Okay, so let's go ahead and then click on it. Now we have the error message here. So it's saying that undefined message or undefined name. But in case we are going to display, or we are going to let the user send us the entire error message, then we don't need to use this one. We can convert this one into a JSON string and then send it to the email or the server that we want to send it to. So now this is what I want you to know, because it's somehow annoying, and then when you are using your projects on production and then all of a sudden the pages tend to blank and users don't know what to do, because most of the advanced systems, they add this one to it in order to let the user report an error to them so that they can fix it as soon as possible. I think you find this video useful, and I believe you are going to implement it into your project. Hoping to see you when I get a new idea. I'll come and then share it with you. Bye bye.